Okay, so today, like yesterday, went on a bit long. So what I want to do today is just kind of do what I sort of vowed I wouldn't do because I'm really bad at following through with it. And that's making a roadmap for what's coming in the future. So for example, the first thing that I want to try to get sort of into is fine-tuning the trackers. So these guys, because there is a video game that's kind of been popping up in my feed recently and just kind of taunting me as to like, why haven't you jumped into this yet? And it's Dash Dance. Dash Dance? Anyways, and it's something that I kind of have to do a little more research on because as far as what I'm reading, it's a little confusing because the first few bullet points that it has, it's like you have to have a headset. So one of these is required and it has to be on your head. And that's kind of frustrating because then the next few bullet points are complemented with pictures of people that don't have anything like this strapped to their head. So the next bullet point is you can do all of this stuff if you have trackers, and that's what this is the most exciting thing for. So obviously you can combine the two, so you could have a headset, you can have the trackers, but theoretically you just have to track your feet and your hands in this game. So those prospects are exciting, and it's kind of the antithesis of what I was experimenting with in the Blender thing, where it's like, can these things talk? Now, it's can these things talk without one another? And then, and finally, the third bullet point is you don't need any of these things. You could have your webcam, you could have a phone, and via this app that we are partnered up with, you could have full body tracking. So this entire web network of bullet points is really confusing to me, and so that's what needs a little more research in as far as what I'm concerned with. But I do really want to get into this game the most efficient way that I can. So that's why I need to read. Otherwise, I would just jump into it and just sort of run into every single hurdle and just figure it out that way. But the faster I get into it, I think the more fun that I would have. I still need to figure out my settings for things like VR Chat and Resonate, because currently when I jump into those, my ankles for some reason want to be my thighs. So as you can imagine, my knees are like somewhere up here virtually, but that's always a weird thing. And then third and the last thing that's on my mind is things like OBS. So in terms of what am I able to do currently, and then what do I still need to be able to do? And all of that will just give me more confidence to jump into, or jump back into, I guess, the streaming sphere of things. I thought I'd be streaming a lot earlier than this, but here we are. I'm still theorizing. I'm still doing some other stuff, and I'm not, I'm just not mentally confident to do stuff live because I think that a lot of the stuff that I cut out of these videos, boring as hell. So yeah, it just comes down to itemizing, I guess. What have I set up OBS to do already, and then what do I think I'm missing? And that's about it. So we've got tracking video and understanding how video games work modern days. Wow, that sounded real old. Back in my day, the Model T was the car to get. Number two is figure out my VR tracking setup so I can finally get into that. And then number three is OBS shenanigans so that I have more confidence to actually go live one of these days. Because I thought that I thought that would happen earlier than August, but here we are still theorizing in reasons that I have said previously. So, yeah, that's about